So I've been continuing my journey into the more obscure regions of British music with this new transcription for cello and string orchestra of John Ireland's Cello and Piano Sonata. This was made by Matthew Forbes, who's a cellist himself and a member of the orchestra of the Swan, at the instigation of the John Ireland Trust.
You wouldn't immediately think of transposing it for strings because the textures are very dense, the piano writing is really quite virtuosic, isn't it? It's taken us a little bit of time to find our way, and I think for the piece to find its way, but we've done a couple of performances now, and I think you learn so much in performing. It doesn't matter how much you rehearse in a way, and I think now it's really taking shape, and the whole piece is working. And I think now, listening to it, thinking that actually you can't quite imagine some of it working as well.
Yes.
And I think as Raphael says, it starts to take on a new life, and it's a bit like sort of meeting an old friend or seeing an old friend in a slightly new light, or seeing a favourite piece of sculpture but lit differently from a slightly different angle. So I think a good arrangement reveals something that's in the music. It's not imposing something that isn't inside there already, but perhaps reveals a few different ideas or things hidden inside. And it's a substantial work.
It's a substantial work, it's a big undertaking.
It may only be 22 minutes,
yeah,
and the first movement is about 11 or so.
Yes.
Second movement's about 6 minutes, and the last. But I think what it lacks in length, it certainly makes up for in what it's a weighty work, isn't it?
There's a lot of emotion.
Yeah.
This is a very challenging piece for both cellist and it's challenging for the pianist if we were to do it in its original form. Ireland was a very fine pianist himself, and there's a very excellent recording of him playing the piece. When you take a really rich piano part and put it into string orchestra, it's a huge challenge because a lot of the figuration, even the keys, are sometimes awkward and not the natural keys for string players to play. Emotionally, the piece is very rich, full of nostalgia, but also full of passion, some anger and some anguish. As cellists, we're very lucky that so many composers choose to write some of their most profound and most personal works for our instrument.